So even before you ever get to marriage and children, the problem really may be in the setup of the whole relationship. It may have been doomed from the beginning. If two people came together for the wrong reason, you have a bigger problem.
Yeah, well, in some cases, not all cases, in some cases, you know what I mean. But when it comes down to that, you know, sometimes it takes a long time to figure a person out, to learn each other. Period. You know, you can hide something from somebody for at least about 2 years or a year.
James, if you don't mind me asking, are you currently married, or have you been married in the past?
Oh, I've been married in the past. You know what I mean? I've been in the game for a long time. Yes, sir. I was in the game for a long time. I was married 43 years.
Right. Okay, cool.
You know,
so what's your overall theme and feeling on marriage as a whole?
Oh, marriage is good. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? I have no problem with it. You know what I mean? But things do happen.
Okay.
But when it comes down to the point where the marriage is over with, you know what I mean, I figure everybody should walk, you know what I mean, their own way. You shouldn't be out there trying to hurt the next partner, anything like that, you know what I mean. Take whatever you had, split it up, and you go your way, and I go my way, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just make sure you're saying, you know, let's say you're married 20 years, and you guys have been sharing, doing whatever. You know, in the 20 years, hey, we don't need to be together anymore. This is getting ugly. You're saying you take your basketball and go back to your corner. I take mine and go back, and everything is cool. I don't owe you nothing. You owe me zero. That's how it should be. Correct?
Exactly. Especially if there ain't no kids involved.
Okay. All right. What you think about that, Ted?
And that's how mine went down.
Some people have that set up in a prenuptial. So you know, So part of what we were getting at also, and how men and women come together, is that, you know, as a guy, there are a lot of things you're responsible for. You know, the dating and maybe Uncle Jimmy in your time, maybe things were a little bit simpler and easier, but now women want you to take them on expensive dates and show them excitement, and if you didn't plan it out properly, it's not even about getting to know the person anymore. It's really about their entertainment. And the problem with that is you really don't get to know the person.
True that, you know, because that sounds like, to me, you know what I mean, he or she is a gold digger, you know what I mean. See how much money you got, you know.
Well, it may not be gold digger, but it may have become so much the norm that people have forgotten about the reason why they're going out together, which is really to get to know one another.
True.
In entertainment, and so, you know, we're having so much fun, and then we get married and find out we never really got to know one another and can't even get along.
I don't think you got to spend a week's pay on the date, you know what I mean, just to get to know somebody. You know what I mean, that's a little bit too much, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, women
some of the best dates. Some of the best dates you can have out there. You can go and get a $20 bottle of wine and go sit somewhere. You know,
that's what I'm talking about.
And get a bag of chips, you know. And let me just say this real quick: if a woman really, really likes you, she don't mind at all. You go find a guy that she really likes. You can sit there in the car with her and talk with her, and she will be so just fine when she really is feeling you like that.
Exactly.
So, Uncle Jimmy,
is
that the way it used to happen before? Like, you just, instead of spending all this money, a man and woman came together and they talked, they got to know one another, and over time they decided they wanted to get married. That's the way it was before.
That's the way it was. There wasn't a whole lot of money involved, man. I don't know where this came from, you know. You know, you got to almost take a woman to the Bahamas on the first date, man. That's crazy. That's insane, man.
I met a woman. I met this woman once, and she said, you know, guys were asking her out for dates, and she said, well, my last date, the guy, he owned his own plane, and he flew me to another city for dinner and flew me back. She said, if you can't top that, I don't want to go out with you.
Well, you should have told her, let me get on out your way so you can go find him. Go find him.
How think about that realistically. How can you possibly compete with that? How can you do that? Yeah.
You can't. I think somebody watches too much TV.
Right.
Yeah, well,
somebody watches too much. Somebody watches
it's just
TV.
like it sets the bar so high. It's like those guys who get a hot air balloon by the Eiffel Tower and propose to their woman, and it's like how you gonna top that? You can't. Now you done put the pressure on. So what I tell guys, don't have the pressure. If she really likes you, she will. As I said, I'm not saying that it should be the what you focus on, but if she likes you, she will sit in the car, listen to music with you, and have a great time.
Sure, you're right about that. And that brother with that hot air balloon, he gonna put that thing on his charge card. It's gonna take him about 2 years to pay that off.
Right.
So you're well ahead, you know, man.
Sitting there eating mayonnaise sandwiches every day at work, trying to pay that off. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the after effects. So let's say that the ladies are. They even want to prolong marriage because they want to just date and have a lot of fun with a lot of different guys, right? Yeah. And then at some point the clock runs out, right? Uncle Jimmy, talk about what happens when these ladies get older and you're 50, 60 years old and know you're gonna live to be 80, 85, 90 years old. How do they handle being alone? And how are they engaging men the way they used to, like they're the prize? What does that look like when they get older?
It's bad on their part, you know what I mean? And no woman can't be jumping in and out of bed because her body ain't built up like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because they got too much emotional tied up in that, so they can't do that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's you know, man, that's a no-no. But when they get to an older age. When they get older, man, you know what I mean, all of a sudden, you know, they really on the hunt. Now they want to find somebody, you know.
They don't want you to take them on an expensive date. They just want a man.
Yeah, they just want a man, you know what I mean? They'll sit at home and watch TV with you.
Wow.
You know, it's no big thing. No, it's no big thing. Yeah. No, they don't want all that extravagant stuff, man. They just want somebody they can sit at home and watch TV with.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm running across.
Right. I think, like you said, James, I mean, when you get to a certain point, when you get into a certain station in your life, when you've done all the other things, I think especially you notice it with women who are, who have kind of gotten past that, he's going to have to do all these special things. When they get to a certain point in life, like you said, they're more like, we could just sit around and talk and, whatever. Yeah. It's only, the women who are like in their 30s and maybe 40 who kind of raise the bar and say, hey, you got to do X, Y, Z. And, like I said, it's a manipulation factor because that's how women finesse free meals from men. They say you're a better man if you go pick up the check for me. And it's like, no, that's not what this is about. Because if I go and get the helium balloon and the shooting stars for you on our first date, what am I going to do when we're together for a year?
Listen, if I'm going to spend all that money on the first date, we married already.
Right. Right. You're not, as a woman, you're not going to give sex for the most part. Women are not going to give sex on the first date. Like, well, you got to work up to that. Well, why can't you work up to that great date that you're talking about? So let's start. Let's sit here on the porch. Really get a bag of Doritos and some sodas and just chill and talk.
There you go.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what's up. Maybe next time we'll go to one of them little $30 entree type of dinners or whatever. But don't sit here and tell me that you're going to make that a requirement for me out the gate.
Oh no,
that's the point.
No, that ain't gonna happen. No, somebody watch too much TV. That ain't gonna never happen.
But see, it happens though, and a lot of those women end up waiting, and they hit over 40, and the game has changed. So
that's I'll say this real. I'll say
now they be ready to accept anything. Then I said now when that point comes, now they be ready to accept anything. Then.
Right. There's something I was having a kind of a group discussion with some men, and we have something, and I know a lot of women are going to cringe and crush their phones when they do this. There's something we have that's called the wall, where it's pretty much at a certain point you realize that your options are starting to dwindle. It's a reality. You can't think that you're going to attract the same caliber and same type of men that you had when you were 22. That's not how this game works. I always equate it to, I always equate it to like, any sort of automobile. If you go and look at an automobile, if you go and look at an automobile that's a 2012, it doesn't have the same value as an automobile that's a 2019. It just doesn't. And
that's right.
Even much how men, I tell women, you don't decide your value. The men do.
Right.
And that goes for men. That goes the opposite way too. I'm not saying
true.
Women are the ones who decide men's marketability.
Blair, if that 2012 car is a Ferrari and it has 200,000 miles on it, it has even less value.
That's right. And plus, it's a whole lot of money to keep that thing up too now.
Right. So there's an understanding that people have to have. I should say that women have to have. Where I tell them all the time, get the best guy that you can when you're young. Don't wait until you're 35 and 40 thinking that guy is going to be there. And one of the things that I tell our women all the time is that because black women, look great for so long. I mean, you see women who are 40 and 45, you're like, Jesus, really? Because our women are for so long, they're kind of fooled into thinking that this is going to be like this forever. But you don't realize that a guy, like you said, like the earlier caller said, I'm either going to get somebody my age or much younger. And men actually have that option. So get you a good one while you can. Because why? There's a whole other bumper crop of women coming right behind you who are 20 and 22 and 26 and who don't have all the other baggage and everything that you do. So be smart. Play the game smart. That's all.
Hey, listen. You know what I mean? Which is a good thing. But I wish you guys well on your. I wish you guys well on your radio station. My first time.
Thanks a whole lot.
I thank you, and thank you for calling in, James. I greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your evening, brother.
All right, same to you now.
All right, talk to you soon.
Hey, Blair, let's see if we can get one more call on here.
Hold on just a minute. See if we can get one more call. Okay. Caller, are you there? 614 area. Go right ahead. Hello, caller.
614.
614 area. 614. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, it's on mute.
No, it's on. It's live. So, but yeah, let's just we're actually at the ending point of the show and everything. So let's hit on a couple closing points or whatever. We kind of got a little bit outside the lines with this one, but I think a lot of this has kind of a lot of macro pieces to it. So I definitely understand where we kind of dipped a little over here, dipped there, but kind of give some closing thoughts to what the caller said and everything.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts?
I'm asking you. What are your thoughts? I've been talking, so tell me what you're thinking, brother.
I kind of opened up with my thoughts.
Okay. I mean, I can definitely say. I mean, for me, I will just say that, again, going all the way back to what I said in the very beginning, you have to play the game smart. And a lot of our women simply aren't playing the game smart. They have the look, they have the body, they have everything else. But when you realize that is not the dominant thing that quality men are actually looking for. Yes, they want you to look nice, but that's only a part of what they want. So once you realize that, you realize as a woman that whether it's fair or not, you're kind of against the clock. And to use those years smartly, use them wisely. Don't, give all your great years to the best guys, and then, when you're 35 and 40, say, what, I'm ready to settle down. I've had my fun. Well, kind of like musical chairs, all the other good guys got scooped up. So to think that, and so what happens with a lot of women is they say, well, I've always got guys, that are, guys may be, want to talk with you, but who is really trying to make anything happen? And is he a quality man? Is he really the kind of man that you would want to build something with? Because guys are always
exactly.
You got great legs and a great body and a great rear end and face and all those other things. Guys are going to be there. But can you take one of those guys who is a top-tier individual and make something happen with him? And so this is where, I mean, because, again, whether it's fair or not, these are not Blair's rules. These are just society's rules. Whether it's fair or not, women are judged by the kind and quality and caliber of man that get to marry them. Marry them. Again, not my rule. I'm just a messenger. So this is where I tell women, you have to be smart. You have to play this game, again, position yourself properly. That's my thought. So go ahead.
So Blair, if we look at the shows we've done so far, and what you said just now is really good, because I think it was 2 shows ago, you asked the woman if she thought you asked her, do you think most women understand men? And she said no. I know she can't speak for all women, but, let's just say a lot of women are not totally comfortable in their understanding of men. And you combine that with them having, let's say, the inaccurate information about men. One is believing all a man wants is sex and food, and you've done your part as a woman. And you believe that, as you were saying, I look good, so I've got plenty of time. That's a formula for a not so good situation. One, if you do find someone and you have inaccurate information about men, you think sex and food is all that you need, and you look good, and the man, you're the prize, that may not work out as well as you want. And the other thing that happens is, if you think all the man wants is sex, you're as that same caller said, she's on the defense with men. So if you're on the defense, as the guy James said, it takes a while to get to know a woman. However, if you're on the defense and you're guarding sex because you think that's all I want, I'm really not getting to know you. So then I have to create all these distractions, excitement, so that you feel like you're having fun with me, but really you're on the defense. So I think if women could really just get to know a guy authentically, without the preconceived notion that you know what the guy wants, really find out what he wants, because there are a lot of good guys out here. Some of them are in the friend zone, and there's no need for that. And some of them are not. But as you were saying, if you spend your 20s and early 30s hanging out with the guys who are going nowhere, and you hit 35 and 40 and you're looking for the top-tier guy, he's already taken, the music stops, and there's one chair left and 10 women.
Right.
And so you ladies are going to, slug it out? I mean, you hit 50 years old, and the guys are not coming around the way they used to. And people live 85, 90 years. To go from 45 or 50 to 85 or 90, that's a long time to live and being alone. And I know people say, well, I'm not alone. I have my family, friends, or you may have children. Your children grow up and they leave.
Absolutely.
So I know the thing I said is probably not the best taste in any woman's mouth, but if you're using your degree and the fact you have a job as a backup plan, even that can send you down the path of spending 35, 40 years by yourself. Or in some cases, the ladies have 14 cats. So if you want more than the cat and the dog, take time to get to know us. And really, and maybe we should have a show about marriage, like the purpose or the intention of marriage, and get, because I think men and women, it's so easy for us to come together, but all these games and all these presuppositions take us down a dead-end path, and that's really what I'm getting out of all this.
And I'll just add one more point and everything, and then we'll close the show. Ladies, it's okay to just say that, I don't really have I'm not meeting the kind of quality men that I'd like to believe should be in my life. It is okay to say that. No man is going to laugh at you, because here's the rub. It's so obvious to men that you aren't meeting the kind of men that you aren't meeting. It's obvious to men that you aren't meeting the kind of guys that you should be meeting. It's so obvious. And I tell women, if you could just, for a second, take your ego away and humble yourself and say, yeah, I think I'm a nice-looking girl. I really do. I've got my career. I think I'm a sweet girl, but I am not meeting those kind of guys. I really would like to meet. It's okay. Now we can help you. Now we can do something. But as long as it's the make-believe world of, oh, yeah, man, all it takes is a phone call, and I'll be having men beating them. Stop it. Stop it.
Well, and Blair, so all the likes you're getting on Facebook, all the likes they get on Facebook.
Yeah. Likes mean nothing. It doesn't translate to much, and it can't translate into a marriage or men trying to really do anything with you. So yeah, that's all I say to my sisters is get off the delusional world for just a moment and say, yeah, I would like to have a guy do all those things you mentioned, who is got my back, who's my rock, who helps me, either pays all my bills or helps with the bills or whatever. I would like to have that, and I don't. I think I'm worthy. And then at that point, we can say, okay, now we can work with you. But as long as it's kind of it's almost like an addiction. As long as you're sitting here, got the shakes and like, no, I'm not addicted to crack. No, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, okay. So this is where I think, sometimes guys is like, all right, well, just let them be. So for myself, I'm sure you say the same thing. I'm here to help you. You all can, if you have questions, you can inbox me on social media. My email address is nashlb@hotmail.com. My website is blairnashspeaks.com. So if I can be of any help to any of you, I mean that so sincerely. I will get you on the first step and get you right. So, Ted, do you have any closing thoughts?
This is a good show. We actually had men call in, so that's excellent.
Absolutely.
I thank all of our callers.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for calling in, everybody. I really appreciate it. Love you all. Have a great week, and we will see you again next Sunday. Be blessed.
Great. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye. Take care, everyone.